Hey, welcome to another episode of MLM Renegade. You guys, today I'm really excited. We're going to talk about success and really the inevitability of success. Check it out.
So here's the million-dollar question. How are network marketers like us, who've tried everything their upline ever suggested to be successful, and yet still struggled, who grew up with technology and aren't stuck in the 20th century, how are we supposed to grow our downlines in our bank accounts and yet still have time for real life? My name is J.R. McKee. Join me as we explore how to use 21st century learning and technology to grow our downlines and build lasting wealth. Simply put, this is MLM done different. Welcome to MLM Renegade.
All right, guys. I'm excited about today. My family and we just got back from a week-long vacation in New York City. And let me tell you, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun to be able to spend time with the family, and I realized that that's really why I do what I do. It's really why I work so hard to provide for my family so that we can do things like that. Our oldest child is leaving on a church mission in July, and he's going to be gone. In fact, after that, he'll have moved out to college and, who knows, get married, have kids. It's really the start of a different epic in our family. And so it was kind of bittersweet, but it was a lot of fun. We did everything in New York, right? We went to the Statue of Liberty. We went to the top of the rock on the observatory. We did a rickshaw ride through Central Park. We went to the Metropolitan Museum. We saw a Broadway show. We saw a Mets game. We did New York. But while I was there, as I was looking for souvenirs for my kids and different things, there's this little quote magnet that stood out to me, and it says in very simple terms, it says, proceed as if success is inevitable. And you know what? It got me thinking, and it got me really visualizing some of the things that I've got planned for this year. And when we got home from our trip, one of those things materialized. So I have in my hand a copy of Think and Grow Rich, the Napoleon Hill book, that is fantastic. If anybody hasn't read it, well, I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that. I have actually written a foreword for Think and Grow Rich, and I've actually put it into what I call the Mindset Mastery Library. It's going to be a 4-book library. It's going to be available very soon. I'm finishing up some of the other volumes right now, but it's going to be available to everybody, and I'm going to give it away for free. Yeah, I said that right. I'm going to give it away for free, you guys. You're going to pay a little bit of shipping is all, but I'm going to give you away this book that's awesome and has changed my life and countless others. And really, that the idea that success is inevitable, it resonated so much with me. And then to get this book when I got home, I got the kind of the author's advanced copy of it, and I'm really excited because things are coming together. Life is happening. I'm able to go and do things, but life is still working. And so much of life, I've found, is really, it's what you put into it. Life is 90% how you react to the 10% that happens to you. So, again, life is 90% how you react and 10% what happens to you. So, while I was actually on vacation, I was reading a book. It's an older book called Psycho-Cybernetics, built by Maxwell Maltz. And this book is, it's old. I mean, it's from the 50s or 60s. But it all talks about your self-image and how if your self-image is one of success, you're going to be successful. And if it's one of failure, you're going to be a failure. And Dr. Maltz is an MD, and actually he was a plastic surgeon, and he saw that people who had catastrophic facial injuries and wanted to have surgery to fix their face, it could change, it could give them back a semblance of themselves. They also saw people who had a problem, who, maybe today we might call it body dysmorphic disorder, but they wanted to change their appearance. Like now, I mean, we see 25 and 30-year-old girls who are getting Botox for wrinkles that don't exist, and some of these issues are deep-seated psychologically. But this self-image of, if we can have a self-image of ourselves that is one of profound confidence, we will be infinitely more successful in our lives and in the long run. And so this book as well, I mean, and I'm only a little ways into it, frankly, but it's awesome and I highly recommend it. But the point of it all is this. If we are working and we're moving forward, success is going to happen. It is inevitable. Success will happen. And when you take that life view, that point of view on life, you are going to find things that you never thought you would find before. It's amazing when you make a decision and move towards that decision, how the universe aligns itself to work with you. Now, maybe you've seen the movie The Secret or read the book The Secret, or in Think and Grow Rich, or even thinking about your self-image and your self-confidence. All of these things combine themselves to help you in the long run. So if you have deep-seated insecurities, if you have a doubt of your own possibility of success, this is a problem. And you need to work on those things. And I continue to work on those things because, let me tell you, everybody has their downer days. And having a downer day is fine. But when your self-image of yourself is one of success, it is inevitable. And so today, I wanted to think about this a little bit and to explore it a little bit more. So what does having a successful self-image mean? It means forgiving yourself. It means letting go of all that crappy baggage that you've had in the past, that where you failed and you failed and you failed again. I'm a very religious person. I think you guys know that about me. And one of the things I am a firm believer in Jesus Christ. And one of the things I know about my Savior is that when I ask for forgiveness, he says yes. Immediately. Yes. Okay? When I'm asking for forgiveness for myself, do I give it immediately? Not always. Do I trust myself? Not always. Do I have that really firm belief in my own self-conscious that in the end I'm going to win? Yeah. I've developed that over time, and I'm a big fan of creating your own luck. Okay, luck really is where preparation meets opportunity, I've found. And so if I'm prepared in a situation, I tend to get luckier because I have the preparation that I need. And then when the opportunity arises, some people may call it luck. I got lucky. Some people may call it grinding. But really for me, it's just an outward manifestation of the things that I know are going to happen. Now, do they always happen on my timeline? No. My 40th birthday was 11 days ago. And frankly, it was a downer day. It was a bad day. And part of that is because I had goals set for myself for when I turned 40, I was going to do some certain things. And guess what? I didn't get there. Now, does that mean I'm not going to get there? No. Does that mean that I'm not planning to retire much earlier than the stated government retirement age? Not a chance. On the one hand, I don't plan to ever retire. I will keep working because I'm driven by work and what I do. But on the other hand, I plan to retire in that I don't plan to be punching a time clock for somebody else. My dad actually is a great example of it. And he has now reached the senior citizen age, and I chuckle a little bit with him about it. He's the least senior citizen you've ever met. In fact, yesterday he sent me a picture from a ski resort that is closed that he just hiked to the top of so that he could ski down. Okay, yeah, this is my 65-year-old father. And he is what we lovingly refer to as self-unemployed. He's a consultant. He does some of his own. He has his own business, and he has some solid existing long-term clients that he takes care of, and he does, and it funds his lifestyle. That's freedom. I mean, he can pick up and go wherever he needs to, wherever he wants to. He can pick up and go to Texas to see my siblings. He can go skiing in the middle of the week when he has to hike for 2 or 3 hours to get to the top of the hill that he's actually going to ski down. That is, to me, a definition of freedom. Having the time to do what you want to do. In that regard, I totally plan to retire, and I want it to be sooner rather than later. In all of these things, that success, to me, is inevitable. It's already happened in the universe. I just haven't gotten to that point in the timeline yet. Let me say that again. It has already happened. I believe in a universe that is eternal. Is one eternal round, right? Think of it like a wedding ring. We talk about how that's a symbol for being, for being an eternal being, and I know that I am. Well, part of that is I just haven't gotten to that spot in the timeline yet, and that's fine. I'm still working, I'm still developing, I'm still becoming the person who is worthy to be able to take time out of my day to go skiing with my old man and not worry about the consequences, not worry about a boss who's wondering where I am or other obligations. I can take care of my obligations when I can take care of them and work through the things that I need to work through on my timeline, giving me time freedom. You guys, my success is inevitable. Your success is inevitable. It is going to happen. You simply just haven't reached that point in time yet where it all starts to fall, where all those dominoes start to knock over, where the snowball, instead of pushing it uphill, starts to take on its own momentum and run away from you. And that is where life gets really entertaining. And that's why network marketing, to me, is such a viable business option, because through my work now, I front load my work and I back load my compensation. So I can, maybe I live right now like nobody else will. So later I can live like nobody else can. You guys, I'm really excited about the future. I'm excited about the things that this podcast is bringing. I'm excited about the opportunity to help each and every one of you along. So I'm going to be giving away Think and Grow Rich. I'm also going to be giving away The Richest Man in Babylon, As a Man Thinketh, and The Science of Getting Rich. Those are the other 3 volumes in the Mindset Mastery Library. I'm going to be giving them away. It's going to be free. You're going to pay some shipping. No big deal. But I want you guys to have these books. And so soon I'll give you guys a web URL. It's not quite ready yet. Still working on the funnel for that. But I'm going to give that to you guys. And you're going to be able to read these wonderful books if you haven't already, and have them for your library and set them on your desk and dog-ear them and highlight them and use them, because your success is inevitable, and maybe one piece of your success is reading one of these incredible books. So you guys, I'm excited for your success. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see it very soon. Hey, thanks for listening, and please remember to subscribe. And if you loved us, leave us an awesome review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you consume your podcasts. Now, if you'd like some free training for your team on how your recruiting efforts can be bettered and brought into the 21st century, go to podcast.mlmrenegade.com and get your copy of the Renegade Recruiting Kickstarter.